Some call it the business of the 21st century. Many call it the recession-proof business. Billionaire investor Warren Buffett called it simply the best investment I ever made. It's an industry that has grown steadily for the past 20 years, jumping over 91% in just the past 10. An industry that enjoys annual sales of over $30 billion in the U.S. and over $100 billion worldwide. An industry called direct selling. And for the 13 million Americans and 55 million people worldwide who are part of it today, business is booming. Why is business booming? There are 4 reasons. Word-of-mouth advertising, the home-based business boom, low risk, high return, and no experience required. As citizens of the information age, we're constantly bombarded by messages, TV, print, billboards, banner ads. The reality is that we just don't trust the media overload anymore. But we do still trust the personal recommendations of our friends and family. It's a simple fact of human nature every Hollywood producer knows well. Nothing sells better than a friend's recommendation. Call it referral marketing, word of mouth, one-to-one. Whatever you call it, it's big business, and it's what's driving direct selling. Instead of paying millions for traditional advertising, direct selling companies pay the people who use, love, and enthusiastically talk about their products and services. These person-to-person recommendations might take place at work, in a coffee shop, on the phone, on the internet, or anywhere. Legendary management expert and best-selling author Tom Peters calls direct selling the first truly revolutionary shift in marketing. A generation ago, the safest path to financial success was to go to school and get a good job with a good company. Going into business for yourself was risky. Today, it's just the opposite. Today, more than 1 out of every 8 U.S. households contains a home-based business. According to world-renowned economist Paul Zane Pilzer, we're in the midst of a boom in home-based businesses, and it shows no sign of slowing. And working from home means no more commute and no more boss. You get to choose when you work, how you work, and with whom you work. You know, it used to be the only way to secure a pension and good health care coverage was to work as a company employee. Not anymore. Home-based business is not the wave of the future. It's the wave of the present. As a recent Fortune magazine cover story put it, forget the paycheck. Your W-2 days are over. It's a 1099 world now. In fact, recent changes in U.S. tax law have leveled the playing field, giving home-based entrepreneurs the same kind of tax-deferred savings and benefits as corporate employees. What's more, having a home-based business allows you to claim substantial deductions. That can mean significant savings to you. Creating your own business from scratch can be expensive and risky, but not with direct selling. Why? Because the typical direct selling company provides you with all the tools, systems, and training you need to be up and profitable almost immediately and with low startup costs. This ease of entry makes direct selling a practical, accessible method for millions to earn additional part-time income without having to quit their job. This was the aspect of direct selling that caught the eye of best-selling author and financial planning expert David Bach. The beauty of direct selling is that it's all done for you. All you need to do is find a reputable company that offers a product or service you believe in and can get passionate about. And Jim Collins, best-selling author of Built to Last and Good to Great, sums up the advantages of direct selling this way. This business offers the most systematic way for ordinary individuals to achieve economic success. Perhaps the strongest reason of all for the stunning success and extraordinary popularity of direct selling is simply this: anyone can do it. Success in direct selling doesn't require any specialized education or business background. You won't find any glass ceilings or gender discrimination either. Worldwide best-selling author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey says, it's an entrepreneurial opportunity where people can use their talent and their passion towards a greater good. Direct selling companies have been a part of the American fabric for more than 100 years. But over the last few years, the industry has begun taking off like a rocket as high-profile business experts and Fortune 500 companies have started buying into its phenomenal success. Famed stock market investment expert Warren Buffett startled Wall Street in 2002 when he purchased a major direct selling company through his holding company, Berkshire Hathaway. Buffett now owns 3 direct selling companies and says, "It's the best investment I ever made."
The American dream, the idea that freedom is a possibility for everyone, is born from traditional values such as hard work, integrity, and risk. Through his diligent application of these values, Bill Farley has not only achieved personal and financial freedom, but has become a beacon of freedom and the American dream to all who know him.
I really sometimes pinch myself and say, you know, I am and you are the beneficiary of such a great country.
Bill has come far since his days as a paperboy. After a variety of successful ventures, at the young age of 35, he became part owner of the White Sox. In the 1990s, his holding company, Farley Industries, which used to own Fruit of the Loom, reached $5 billion in sales and 55,000 employees. In addition to his business activities, Bill sits on various educational, corporate, civic, and cultural boards. His hard work and dedication to excellence have earned him a variety of awards, including the American Horatio Alger Award. He shares this honor with such notable Americans as Chicago neighbor Oprah Winfrey, former President Ronald Reagan, and Utah's John Huntsman Sr. and Ernest Wilkinson. The Horatio Alger Association has recognized Bill for his individual initiative, hard work, and perseverance over adversity. He has been atop the highest financial mountains, but is also acquainted with the deepest valleys. Bill Farley grew up in a small town in Rhode Island. His parents were hard-working people. His mother was a factory worker and his father a postal worker and musician.
My father worked 2 jobs. My mother would keep track of every penny when we were young. She was frugal and hard-working. They both worked very hard. Both talked to my sister and me about the importance of an education, about being honest, hard-working. He never emphasized financial success. And instead of talking about the bottom line, he talked about the value line, the absolute necessity of spiritual and personal values. Because without those values, he knew we couldn't develop the internal compass we'd need to navigate life successfully, and successfully as people, not just as financial entities.
It didn't take long for Bill to make a mark in the business world. He began his career with the famous NL Industries in New York, working in the mergers and acquisitions department. After a stint of working for others, Bill decided to pursue his own American dream and become his own boss. During his nearly 4 decades of business life, Bill has successfully built or managed household name brands such as Christian Dior, Lucchese, BVD, and Fruit of the Loom. Perhaps the greatest factor in Bill's success is his gift for seeing all people as equal and all contributions as important.
You don't work for Bill Farley, you work with him. He makes you feel the partnership and the sense of mutual commitment and respect.
Having achieved his own American dream, Bill now mentors people from all walks of life.
Bill Farley epitomizes the American dream, and I wanted to touch that. I wanted to be a small part of it. You want to touch it, you want to feel it, you want to grasp it. And Bill is such an accessible guy.
At Zrii, the path towards balance, health, and well-being begins with a revolutionary liquid nutritional crafted from a synergistic blend of 7 potent botanicals. formulated by a team of leading doctors and holistic practitioners who represent the very best from both the East and West. It is the first third-party product ever to be endorsed by the Chopra Center for Well-Being. Through wisdom and education, imbued with authenticity and integrity, our formulators, Dr. Suhas Kashirsagar, Dr. Thomas Yarima, Daniel Rhoda, Dr. Deepak Chopra, and Dr. David Simon will take you on a journey to learn about the incredible product that is changing the lives of all who embrace it.
It's never been done before. First time brought to the marketplace in the world, this wonderful liquid nutritional.
So Bill Farley came to our medical team one day with a challenge. He said, I want you to create a functional beverage which is totally new, it's never been done before, it's rooted in this ancient wisdom of Ayurveda, and it has the ability to truly affect change within the body.
He said, if there was one thing that I could take for the rest of my life that would improve my health, what would that be? And we said, oh, it would be Amalaki. And then he said, well, if there was one thing that I could give to every man, woman, and child on the planet to increase their health, what would that be? And my goodness, what a formidable challenge.
Through this unique herbal blend, what Zrii does, it awakens and opens the pathways of your thinking, memory, intellect, cognitive performance, and the whole physiological functioning.
Now Ayurveda comes from the Sanskrit words Ayu, meaning life, and Veda, meaning wisdom or science. So we can literally think of it as the science or the wisdom of life. And Ayurveda derives from the geographic region that today we know as India. And it truly is a holistic system of healthcare. And when we say this word holistic, we mean that it actually addresses all aspects of a person's life.
It is a consciousness-based approach to health. And what is really interesting in integrative and holistic medicine is that it is not how you get the disease, but how you create the disease. There's a whole science in Ayurvedic medicine where it talks about reversing the whole aging process by using intelligence from the plant kingdom, which is going to resonate with the body and is going to reduce the wear and tear on the body.
In Western medicine, we have this tendency to try to find what's the active ingredient and to extract that from everything else that's contained in that plant. And what Ayurveda would say is that trying to pull out that one chemical is like taking out the intelligence but leaving the wisdom of the plant behind. So I think that the Zrii product actually integrates that core principle.
Ayurveda defines 6 tastes: sweet, sour, salty, and then bitter, pungent, and astringent. And each of these tastes has a very, very specific activating effect on human physiology. And not just on the physiology, but actually on emotions and actually on mental processes as well.
The people responsible for creating this product are Western medical doctors who are pioneers within the field of integrative medicine. And this word integrative means literally taking the best of Western or allopathic medicine and combining it with this ancient wisdom of the East.
We combined what we knew at that time in Western biochemical nutrition with Oriental medical dietology, the use of food as medicine.
What we did is we used Amalaki, Tulsi, and turmeric, which is a classical triad in Ayurvedic medicine, to create the foundation of this formulation. And then we brought in other botanicals which have incredible properties in their own right, such as ginger, shisandra, jujube, and the harataki fruit.
These herbs are called rasayanas, and they actually strengthen the body's capacity for recovery and self-healing. Many of the rasayanas are well known. The most well known is called Amalaki.
There are about 40,000 botanical species on the Indian subcontinent, of which about 8,000 to 10,000 are used medicinally. And of that whole group, only a handful are considered to be rasayanas. And the reason that they're said to be rasayanas is that they don't just treat or affect one aspect of the physiology, they nourish the entire physiology at a deep level.